There is a secret that ancient spiritual traditions knew, but that our modern society has almost completely forgotten. A mystery that Joseph Murphy discovered and taught through his revolutionary studies on the subconscious mind. Today, you are about to discover how God Himself manifests infinite abundance from what appears to be absolutely nothing. Have you ever wondered why some people live in constant scarcity while others seem to attract prosperity without apparent effort? The answer is hidden in understanding a principle that transcends our limited perception of physical reality. We are talking about the creative power of the divine void, that space of infinite potentiality where all miracles are born. If you are here, you've probably already felt that sensation that there's something greater waiting for you, something you know you deserve, but which always seems to slip through your hands. Leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel, because what you are about to discover can completely transform your relationship with abundance. Most people live captive to a cruel illusion. They look around and see scarcity, limitations, bills to pay, dreams that seem impossible. They feel the weight of financial worry, the anxiety of not being able to support their family, the fear that money will never be enough. This pain is real, and if you are feeling it now, know that you are not alone. But here is the truth that can free you forever. This scarcity you experience is not the fundamental reality of the universe. It is merely a limited perception of the human mind. Joseph Murphy discovered through decades of research that there is an omnipresent divine presence, as abundant as the very air we breathe. This presence is filled with infinite substance, waiting to manifest through your transformed consciousness. The void is not absence, it is pure potentiality. It is the primordial state of creation, where God dwells in His most essential form. When we learn to consciously connect with this sacred void, we discover that it is pregnant with all imaginable possibilities. It is like an infinite ocean of abundance from which we can draw any quantity without ever exhausting it. You've probably tried to manifest abundance before. Perhaps you've done visualizations, repeated affirmations, created dream boards. And when the results didn't come as you expected, you may have started to doubt if these techniques really work. The frustration of trying and failing can be devastating, especially when you see other people seemingly succeeding with ease. There is a special material I created for people who feel exactly this. That mix of hope and discouragement, wanting to believe but being afraid of being disappointed again. It's a practical guide that reveals the deepest secrets of conscious manifestation, including techniques that have never been shared publicly before. You can access it through the first pinned comment of this video. Now let's dive into the secret Joseph Murphy discovered about how God manifests abundance from the void. The key is to understand that you are not separate from this divine presence. You are an extension of it, just as the branch is an extension of the tree. Your conscious mind is the focal point through which infinite abundance manifests into physical reality. The fatal error most people make is trying to manifest abundance from a consciousness of lack. It's like trying to light a fire with ice. Joseph Murphy taught that we must first elevate ourselves to the consciousness of abundance, recognizing our divine nature. When you truly understand that you are a child of the infinite being, an heir to all His riches, something fundamental changes in your energetic vibration. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a divine garden. The sacred void is the fertile soil, infinitely rich in spiritual nutrients. Your thoughts are the seeds you plant in this soil. But here's the secret few know. The soil does not distinguish between seeds of abundance and seeds of scarcity. It will grow anything you plant with conviction and feeling. Most people unconsciously plant seeds of scarcity because they have been conditioned since childhood to believe that money doesn't grow on trees, that you have to work very hard to get little, that the rich are greedy. These beliefs create deep roots in the subconscious and manifest exactly what we fear: constant financial limitation. But when you truly understand that there is an infinite source from which all abundance flows, When you feel deep within your being that you are connected to this source, something magical happens. You begin to plant seeds of divine prosperity, and the universe, which is abundant by nature, responds to this new vibrational frequency. The divine void is not passive, it is intensely creative. It is the matrix of all manifestation, the cosmic womb where all miracles are conceived. When you learn to consciously immerse yourself in this void through deep meditation and spiritual communion, you access the same creative power that God uses to manifest entire galaxies. Joseph Murphy discovered that there is a definite law of cause and effect operating in the universe. He called it the law of belief. Everything you deeply believe, everything you accept as truth in your subconscious, inevitably manifests in your life experience. Not as punishment or reward, but as a natural reflection of your inner consciousness. The crucial question is, what have you invested your belief in? If you honestly observe your habitual thoughts about money, about your ability to prosper, about whether you deserve abundance, you will probably discover that you have unconsciously fed limiting beliefs. These beliefs act as energetic blocks, preventing divine abundance from flowing freely through you. But there is a powerful technique Joseph Murphy taught to completely reprogram these limiting beliefs. It is a process he called conscious reconciliation with the divine presence. It is not simply repeating mechanical affirmations, but establishing a real and felt communion with the source of all abundance. First, you need to recognize that the scarcity you experience is not divine punishment, but the result of a distorted perception. God did not create scarcity. It exists only in the human mind separated from spiritual truth. The entire universe is a system of infinite abundance, where nothing is lost, everything transforms, and creation continues to expand eternally. When you truly understand this, not just intellectually but in your heart, you stop fighting scarcity and begin to align with abundance. It is a subtle but profound shift in perspective. Instead of trying to pluck abundance from a scarce universe, you begin to recognize the abundance that already exists everywhere. The next step is to learn to consciously position yourself in the creative void. This requires a special quality of attention. Not the tense and anxious attention of someone who wants to force results, but the relaxed and confident attention of someone who knows they are connected to the infinite source. It's as if you become an open channel through which divine abundance can flow naturally. Joseph Murphy taught that there is a specific prayer that can completely transform your relationship with prosperity. It is not a prayer of begging or supplication, but a declaration of recognition of your true divine nature. It is a powerful affirmation of your union with the infinite being and your natural inheritance of abundance. The daily practice of this conscious communion with the creative void gradually dissolves the layers of mental conditioning that keep you trapped in the experience of scarcity. It's as if you are cleaning the lenses through which you see reality, allowing divine abundance to become visible and tangible in your life. But there is an aspect of this technique that is crucial and that many ignore: the element of feeling. It's not enough to repeat words or visualize images. You need to cultivate the genuine feeling of abundance, the real sensation of being connected to the infinite source. This feeling is what activates the creative power of the subconscious and aligns your vibration with the frequency of prosperity. Many people fail in manifestation because they approach the process with the same scarcity mindset they want to transform. They despair for quick results, become anxious when miracles don't happen immediately, doubt the process when they face temporary challenges. This energy of desperation and urgency actually repels abundance instead of attracting it. Divine abundance operates on a frequency of serene trust, quiet certainty, unshakable faith. When you truly understand that you are connected to the infinite source, you relax into abundance. You stop chasing it and allow it to come to you naturally through the opportunities, insights, and synchronicities that begin to appear in your life. There is a fundamental difference between wanting abundance and being abundance. Wanting implies lack. You only want what you don't have. But when you recognize your divine nature, you understand that you are already abundant in essence. Your task is not to acquire abundance, but to express the abundance that is already your natural inheritance. This change in perspective completely transforms the energy with which you relate to prosperity. Instead of the needy and desperate energy of someone who needs to get something, you emanate the confident and attractive energy of someone who is already prosperous in spirit. And the universe responds to this energy, manifesting external reflections of your internal abundance. Joseph Murphy observed that people who consistently manifest abundance have one characteristic in common. They have developed a consciousness of prosperity that is independent of external circumstances. Even when facing temporary challenges, they maintain the inner certainty that they are connected to the infinite source and that abundance is their natural state. This consciousness of prosperity is not something you have or don't have. It's something you develop through consistent practice. It's like a spiritual muscle that gets stronger with regular exercise. Every time you consciously choose thoughts of abundance instead of thoughts of scarcity, you are strengthening that muscle. The divine void we speak of is not an abstract concept. It is a tangible spiritual reality that you can learn to access. It is that space of deep silence that exists between thoughts, that sacred pause where all possibilities reside in a potential state. When you learn to consciously inhabit this space, you touch the source of all creation. Many spiritual traditions recognize this sacred void and develop techniques to access it. Christian mystics spoke of the cloud of unknowing. Zen masters referred to the fertile void. Hindu sages described the field of pure potentiality. All these traditions understood that there is a state of consciousness beyond common thought where miracles become natural. Joseph Murphy brought this ancient wisdom into modern language, scientifically demonstrating how the subconscious mind functions as a bridge between the creative void and physical manifestation. He showed that when we program the subconscious with images and feelings of abundance, it automatically reorganizes our external experience to reflect that internal programming. But here's a secret that will revolutionize your practice. The subconscious does not distinguish between reality and vivid imagination. When you cultivate genuine feelings of abundance through creative visualization and spiritual communion, your subconscious accepts these feelings as reality and begins to work 24 hours a day to manifest external experiences that correspond to this internal reality. The key is to learn to cultivate these feelings of abundance even when external circumstances do not yet reflect prosperity. It's about maintaining faith in divine abundance even when the bank statement shows numbers we wish were different. It's about trusting the process even when the results are not yet visible. This may seem challenging at first, but Joseph Murphy discovered that there is a technique that makes this process much more natural. Instead of fighting against thoughts of scarcity, you simply gently redirect your attention to the spiritual truth of infinite abundance. It's like tuning a new radio station. You don't need to argue with the previous station, just turn the dial to a different frequency. The daily practice of communion with the creative void gradually transforms your fundamental consciousness. You begin to perceive abundance everywhere, in the generosity of nature, in the infinity of creative ideas available, in the countless opportunities that constantly arise. This expanded perception automatically attracts more abundance into your personal experience. There is a fascinating phenomenon that Joseph Murphy observed. When someone genuinely develops a consciousness of abundance, opportunities begin to appear in totally unexpected ways, not just through the obvious paths the person had planned, but through surprising synchronicities, casual encounters that become lucrative partnerships, innovative ideas that arise during meditation, creative solutions to old financial problems. This happens because divine abundance is infinitely creative and intelligent. It is not limited to the conventional methods our logical mind can imagine. When you genuinely open yourself to receive abundance, you become available to all the creative ways through which it can manifest in your life. Many people limit their abundance because they have very rigid ideas about how it should arrive. They believe they need to work in a certain way, invest in certain markets, follow certain strategies. But divine abundance transcends all these limitations. It can come through paths you never imagined, in ways that will surprise and delight you. The secret is to keep your mind open and receptive, trusting that infinite intelligence knows exactly how to bring abundance into your life in the most harmonious and beneficial way. Your task is not to control the details of how this will happen, but to stay aligned with the consciousness of abundance, and to be attentive to the opportunities and inspirations that begin to emerge. Joseph Murphy taught that there is a crucial difference between having specific goals and being rigidly attached to specific results. It is healthy to have clear objectives. They help direct the creative energy of the subconscious. But when we desperately cling to specific outcomes, we create tension and resistance that block the natural flow of abundance. The ideal attitude is what he called confident expectation without anxious attachment. You maintain the certainty that abundance is coming, but remain flexible about the specific forms it may take. It's like planting a seed. You trust it will grow, but you don't dig it up every day to check on its progress. This attitude of relaxed trust is especially important during periods of transition, when you have already started the process of consciousness transformation, but the external results are not yet completely visible. These periods can test your faith, but they are actually the most important times to maintain practice and conviction. During these phases of transition, it is common for the logical mind to try to sabotage the process with doubts and questions. Does this really work? Maybe I'm different from other people. Maybe I don't deserve abundance. These thoughts are normal, but you don't need to believe them or be controlled by them. Joseph Murphy discovered that the best way to deal with these doubts is to simply acknowledge them without resistance and then gently redirect your attention to the spiritual truth of abundance. It's like waves in the ocean. Doubts come and go, but the oceanic depth of your divine nature remains unchanged. There is a powerful technique he recommended for moments of doubt. Instead of fighting negative thoughts, you simply affirm to yourself, "I am an expression of infinite abundance, and this abundance is manifesting in my life now in perfect and harmonious ways." You repeat this with genuine feeling until the doubt naturally dissolves. The power of this technique is not in the words themselves, but in the reconnection with the fundamental truth of your divine nature. It's as if you are reminding yourself who you truly are, beyond temporary appearances and transient circumstances. This remembrance immediately reactivates your connection with the source of all abundance. As you practice this consistently, something wonderful happens. You develop an inner stability that is independent of external fluctuations. Even when facing temporary challenges, you maintain the deep certainty that you are connected to infinite abundance and that this connection is permanent and indestructible. This inner stability becomes a powerful magnet for opportunities and resources. People sense your energy of confidence and abundance and naturally want to associate with you, collaborate with you, invest in your projects. You become a channel through which divine abundance can flow not only into your own life, but into the lives of everyone around you. Joseph Murphy observed that truly prosperous people always have this quality. They radiate abundance instead of needing it. They have become sources of blessings for others, and for that reason, they receive multiplied blessings back. It is a virtuous cycle that self-perpetuates and continuously expands. When you deeply understand that abundance is your essential nature, you stop competing for prosperity and start collaborating with it. Instead of feeling envy when other people prosper, you genuinely rejoice, knowing that their prosperity is evidence of the infinite abundance that is available to all. This shift in perspective is revolutionary because it eliminates the scarcity mindset that keeps so many people trapped in unnecessary struggles. When you truly understand that there is enough abundance for everyone, you relax into prosperity and allow it to flow naturally through your life. The divine void from which all abundance emerges is not limited by time or space. It exists here and now, available at every moment for those who know how to access it. You don't need to wait for ideal conditions or prepare for years before you start manifesting abundance. The power is available now, at this exact moment. The question is, are you willing to let go of your old beliefs about scarcity and limitation? Are you ready to embrace your true identity as an expression of infinite abundance? Are you prepared to trust the process even when your logical mind cannot fully comprehend how miracles happen? If your answer is yes, then you have already taken the first essential step. The recognition of your willingness to change is what opens the doors for transformation to happen. From this moment on, every practice of communion with the divine void, every choice for thoughts of abundance, every act of faith in prosperity contributes to the manifestation of your highest dreams. Remember, you are not trying to get something you don't have. You are expressing something that is already yours by divine right. Abundance is not a prize you need to earn through effort and suffering. It is your natural inheritance as a child of the infinite being, and it is waiting to manifest through your transformed consciousness. The journey you began today has no end. It is a journey of continuous discovery and expansion of your capacity to receive and express abundance. Each day brings new opportunities to deepen your connection with the source and to manifest even greater levels of prosperity in all areas of your life. If this video touched your heart and expanded your vision of what is possible for you, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Your journey of divine abundance is just beginning, and there is much more wisdom waiting to be shared with you.